Yep, you can go ahead and start the sizzle reel. Spring is where legends are made, and there's plenty of chance to make a mark this weekend during the Publix Legends of the Spring here at LakePoint Sports. I'm Cory McCartney. This is the Champions Weekend and a busy one all across campus here at the Baseball Village. We have the Prep Baseball Open over at the Champion Center. There's Nike EYBL 7v7 Prep Red Zone going on at the Publix Fields, and the USA Beach Tour Southern Region National Qualifier at the Beach Pavilion. Parking is going to be a commodity this weekend all across campus, but we are excited to bring you our coverage of the Prep Baseball Open here with our game of the day between ZT Southeast and Factory Select. First pitch on this one slated for 9:55 a.m. I'll be joined along the way by Prep Baseball Georgia's Avery Hunt and our own Jack McCartney. Again, plenty going on all weekend long, so if you can, get out here to LakePoint Sports. There'll be plenty to do, plenty to see, plenty to take a part in, as well as the Grill and Tailgate Showcase presented by Publix. That'll be today at 12:30 at the Crossroads here at the Baseball Village, and this will be a whole lot of fun. Special treat, Chef Dorian Hunter, Master Chef Season 10 winner, will put her skills on display, so you will not want to miss this one. Again, come out here at 12:30. You can win a tailgate package from Academy Sports and Outdoors, so you absolutely want to come through and check out that and check out Chef Dorian Hunter at work. We're also taking donations this weekend for Level the Playing Field. Really great work here that they do to aid in the mission to help to provide sports equipment to kids in need. So if you've got gear you no longer need, bring it, drop it off, and make a major impact on the life of a young athlete. Now, during the recent battle for Georgia, one of the last high school events that we have here at LakePoint Sports in the year, was filled with MLB prospects everywhere, Division I signees, Division I commits. Among them was Etowah's Deion Cole, a Georgia Tech signee. Plenty of draft buzz around him, as well as some other members of that senior class for Etowah. The outfielder joined me in studio to discuss the Eagles season, his becoming Yellow Jacket, dealing with draft talk, and, of course, we got to do a few random questions. In studio with Etowah's Deion Cole, Georgia Tech signee, Georgia's 13th ranked player in 26. Deion, man, it's been a minute. Good to see you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Senior year, it's getting close to an end. Are you kind of finding yourself appreciating things and stops along the schedule that maybe you just before was just something you guys did?
Absolutely. Me, Trevor, and Sharm, it's our last go together, so
Yeah.
we're trying to take it all in. We're doing little things outside of practice or games where we're hanging out and just getting extra time in together.
Yeah, and that obviously includes playing on these fields for the last time, fields you've been on since you were in middle school. And you mentioned absolutely loaded Etowah team, that senior class. You guys have left such a mark. You've been state champions. You've made it to at least the Final Four each of the last 3 years. There was an expectation when you guys got here that you were going to leave a legacy. Mm-hmm. How have you kind of shouldered that, and where do you kind of think things are at as you guys get near the end?
Yeah, I think it's at a great place right now. We've tried to do our job the best we can to set an example in how our program is typically ran and how we like to do things, just playing hard, doing things the right way, playing baseball the right way.
Gunning for state title number 2, I'm sure you'd rather that be number 3 or number 4, but obviously there's a sense of unfinished business with you guys. Having at that point where you guys look and say, man, we just haven't gotten as many as we want, has it made you hungrier, you think, senior year than maybe you would have if you guys are just rolling through and we're talking about a string of championships?
Absolutely. Every day we come to practice, we have a talk before practice, before games, the ultimate goal is to win a state championship and nothing else besides that. So if our team isn't in it to win, or every player's not trying to do something to help the team, it's hard to be there, but everyone wants it, and I think this year is going to be a good year.
And I would assume it's kind of helps you to stay focused, because certainly with you, Trevor, and Matthew, there's draft buzz too, and are you guys able to kind of make the future be the future, because it's like, man, we need another championship first before we start thinking about any of that?
Absolutely, we do a good job of separating things. As summer ball and stuff, our coaches say, summer ball, you play for yourselves more, and when you get to high school ball, it's for the team. And all three of us have our dreams to go play at the next level or get drafted to high school, but we all three want a state championship really bad. Now
signed at Georgia Tech, a team that's just, man, having a ridiculous season. Have you become more of a Georgia Tech fan because of that signing? Where were you at with the Georgia Techness before, and now that you're like, man, I'm one of these guys, they're rolling?
Absolutely. When I was first getting recruited, it was like, yeah, I watched them every time I saw them on TV, but especially now, it's like every game I can get a chance to go to or watch, I'm there, I'm watching. Tell
me about the job they're doing of keeping local kids, because it just seems like there's so many guys, it's like everyone's just seemingly heading now to Tech.
Yeah, Coach Ramsey's doing a great job, especially just them playing the way they are. It's hard for kids here, local, not to want to go to Georgia Tech. Yeah. I think everyone around here that's probably their dream school at the moment right now, just how hot they are.
You and I go way back. We did our first interview back in 2022. Back then, and I'm going to show you this video. This is back when this is you describing yourself as a fun, loose player. Look at that eye black. I think you use an entire stick to get this done. Got the chains going. If you're telling that kid about what awaits in this high school career, and obviously the Tech signing and whatever comes next for you, what are you going to tell him about what awaits?
It's everything he's dreamed of. I've worked hard up to this point, and I've done everything I could to help myself here. So I think just keeping the same mentality of playing free and having fun is just the way to go. All
right, now I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. We're going to play a little random questions here with Deion Cole. All right, Deion, these are 3 random numbers, and they correlate with 3 AI-generated questions, so I'm not responsible for any of this. So your numbers are 10, 14, and 26. Number 10, you can change one rule in baseball. What is it?
Man. In high school ball, I'll probably add the ABS system just because high school ball is the umpires aren't as good. But, yeah, if I had one rule I'd change, it'd be the ABS system.
But you'd have to, limit everyone with every pitch needs to get challenged if you guys are doing it. All right, number 14, what's the best pizza topping?
I'm just a solid pepperoni guy. It's just nothing crazy, simple
no?
pepperoni, no? Actually, at this spot, we go to Mellow Mushroom and near Etowah's. We get a jerk chicken pizza, which is kind of good. Me being Jamaican, we eat jerk chicken a lot, so that on the pizza would...
Yeah, I like that. All right, last one, number 26. What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you during a game?
I'm not sure. Earlier this year, I hit a double off the wall. When I thought I got it, and I gave it a little bat flip. But I also still got a double. But that's probably one of the most embarrassing that's happened recently.
Did you get chewed out when you got to the dugout?
Oh, everybody gave me stuff for it, but I still hustled out a double.
All right, got to get the board. It's getting it done. One way or the other. All right, DM, man. Listen, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Welcome back. Cory McCartney now joined by Prep Baseball Georgia's Avery Hunt. And Avery, we're kind of getting to that point in the schedule. The high school players will start coming in here. For these 14 you guys, and you get to see these guys go through this transition period. This is a really interesting spot in the schedule for these players before those guys those freshmen that kind of got some playing time at the JV level or maybe even the varsity level join those teams. This is a really big kind of event for those younger guys that are trying to get their footing underneath them.
For sure. Obviously, with high school playoffs starting this week, a lot of those guys, those higher ed middle school guys that were getting some JV action are kind of starting their summer ball seasons. So we'll kind of get them in and out of here in the next month or so, and then it'll be full go with the high school guys. Last weekend for our youth stuff, so 11s and 12s will be the last time we see them until the fall. So getting ready for the big field baseball all around. So we're super excited about it.
We certainly are. By the way, today's National Pretzel Day, so I know you were part of this last year. So we're going to get some pretzels. So they're coming today. So
all in.
Yeah. So we're excited about that. We're going to take a break here in studio. We'll come back with you plenty more from our game of the day from the Prep Baseball Open.
First one I picked up, I just liked it the best. And like I said, I tried a lot of different companies, a lot of different models, and I fell in love with Old Hickory for sure.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Come in, Cory McCartney, Avery Hunt with you. Factory Select. I mean, this is complete at the top, but I promise you this will update. We've got Factory Select against ZT Southeast in our game of the day from the Prep Baseball Open. On the mound for Factory Select right now, we got Jasper Robinson. I may seem a little bit frazzled here at the moment. We just had a pretzel delivery. So I mentioned today being National Pretzel Day. So we're going to get into some. We're going to wait in between innings. So I'm going to make Avery sit here and have to smell these wonderful looking pretzels here. And I hope that they still remain warm after we get through this first half an inning. I will tell you, ZT Southeast just, as you can see, just put up 13 runs in their last game. So I can't guarantee a quick.
It's going to be a quick one.
This is going to be a quick half an inning here, but we do have some pretzels here for National Pretzel Day, so we will get into this. We've got a great video, by the way, that Tatum Beckwith did for us, where she had people go around and sort of trace out the shape of a pretzel, and then she went back over with the horrible designs that they had made. So yeah, we got a lot of fun pretzel stuff going on today, and hopefully we don't see one of these teams get twisted into a pretzel. We just took a runoff for ZT Southeast, so you score so many runs at one point they start pulling them back.
Start getting taken off.
Yep, they go in reverse. First pitch, 83.1 off the bat. That's on its way into right center, and that one is going to be caught for an out. So a very loud start here for ZT Southeast, but clearly getting a taste here of what this team is capable of. Got a couple guys on this squad, by the way, Avery, who are already lined up to be here for the junior feature games, including Colin Berry, who just hit leadoff here for ZT. Colin out of Blessed Trinity, 2031 on his way to the junior feature games, 2031.
That seems a long ways away. It's kind of funny, obviously, with him being a Blessed Trinity guy. A lot of these Factory Select guys will attend high school with who BT played in the first round on Wednesday in the high school playoffs. So, just a little, maybe a future matchup.
Who was that?
It's Jones County.
Okay,
I think
Jones
that's
County.
who
All right.
it is.
Nice.
Could be wrong.
Now getting a look at Nolan Shue at the plate for ZT Southeast. Nolan, 2030, playing in his 5th prep baseball event. 6 foot, 163-pound, 2030. Ropes that one down the right side foul. Some of the size of these guys at 8th grade just floors me to think like 6 foot, 163-pound 8th graders. Either they've stopped growing, like they've reached that plateau point, or these are going to be absolute monsters. Another one drilled, 77 off the bat. That one is into center field for a hit. So Shue is now standing at first with a one-out single here for ZT.
Who was Jones County? I did have it correct.
Okay, good job. Andrew Davis now steps in. Davis, 6'1", 156, and North Gwinnett. Runner at first. Sure, Brooks DeRosa going to be happy to see Andrew Davis joining the fold next year. Exit velo is 90.8 mile an hour. The 1-0 from Jasper Robinson. That one's ripped. Man, these guys are dialing up the exit velos in this one early. North Gwinnett's where Quavo went to school, isn't it?
Is it?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
I had a buddy who was like 2 years older than him and said he was this insane quarterback.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he said he was just, and they would have never, like he was so athletic, they thought like this kid's going to be going to college to do something.
Yeah.
Instead.
Took a different career path.
He sure did, yeah.
Seems to have worked out pretty well for him.
One goes foul, counts now 1-2. Got to see Migos play with Drake at State Farm.
Ooh, that's a good one.
The coolest thing was that Drake had it looked like an elevated basketball court, and they would had lasers that go around it and made designs on it, and it drew out a full basketball court. And then he pulled somebody out of the audience, and they brought in a hoop, and they said, if you hit a half court shot, I'll give you $10,000.
Good night.
Yeah, imagine that you just at a concert, you get offered $10,000. A little different if you go to a Hawks game.
Yeah.
And they're running
it's
this
a basketball game.
Yeah, you at least had the expectation in your mind, That That'd be like going to Texas Roadhouse and they have you get on like some actual, bucking bronco. That one's into center field. Runner will advance to second. So Davis has got himself a one-out single. Back-to-back one-out singles, and ZT's got 2 on the base pass.
Obviously, you saw ZT in the first game put up 13, kind of keeping the bats rolling here early this morning.
Yeah, we kind of talk sometimes on here, so we'll have teams that maybe things don't go their way in the first game, so how do you bounce back? But when you're a team that put up 14 and you're like, let's just keep going. Like, we don't even want to take a break in between games. We don't need to reset.
Just roll them back
just
out
keep
here.
Going. Let's just keep things moving. Jackson Duncan now at the plate here for ZT.
Hitting is contagious, is what they say. Once certain things start to click for one or two guys, and all of a sudden,
I feel like hitting's the only good thing that's contagious.
For sure.
Yeah, nothing else that's contagious is typically on the pros side. It's usually on the cons. Duncan I'm not familiar with Central High School, but Jackson Duncan's going to go to Central High School in Georgia. Yeah. Most of the high schools I got, like if you throw me out at me like these charter schools and stuff, like you could tell me that he goes to, Derek Zoolander's school for the kids who want to learn to read good and do other things good too. I would feel that was real. But some of the high schools I feel like.
Is that Central Carrollton maybe? I think maybe Central Carrollton is just called Central. That could be very wrong.
Gotcha.
But we played them in high school football.
Okay.
Many, many years ago. So that might be my only shot in the dark there.
Well, should Jackson Duncan find his way in here for a player of the game interview, I'm going to find out exactly. Maybe we'll pull out a map of the state of Georgia and he can show me exactly where Central.
Like the map at the Chick-fil-A.
That's
up
right.
Here that's got the pins that you can put in.
That's what we do. Yeah, I like that idea. So when we move into our new studio, we can get a big map and we'll have them like put pins where the player of the game. But for Georgia, we would have to have like. So give it like the blown up map.
Yeah.
So we'd have like the national, the nation. We'd have the United States, and then off to the side, we'd have Georgia. Because otherwise, we'd have just like everybody would be putting pins on top of pins.
Yeah. There's only so many pins you can put in Cobb and Gwinnett.
That's right.
Bartow too. Don't forget Bartow.
2-2 count. 2 on, 1 down. Jackson Duncan at the plate, 11th prep baseball event for him. Exit velos are on 91.3. The pretzels getting to you yet? These look good. So
we got awesome.
So Josh Laney was telling me that this year they've got a new set of pretzels. So we had pretzels last year, but we've elevated the pretzel game here.
There we go.
So I'm at least going to give you some. We're going to get into them in a bit, but we've got 2 different varieties here. So you're going to hold that one up.
Got the traditional here.
We got the traditional. I think this feels like it's like a cinnamon one.
It's got a cinnamon smell to it.
Yeah, very nice.
Well, similar like when you're at the mall. You got both options.
Okay. Like an Annie's deal.
Yeah.
Base is now loaded. Duncan makes his way down to first. He'll bring up Charlie Williams, Mount Perrin 2030. Base is juicing. I kind of let you guys know ZT got it going in that first game and anticipated it was going to be probably a long, productive first half of the first inning here for us with these pretzels sitting in front of us, getting us our minds jumbled.
And we had a great start. 1 pitch, 1 out for them.
Yeah. They said that's all you get.
Yeah.
Or maybe you spot them and out. Maybe that's how this works with this team. That one is driven high. Shortstop calls off third base. He's got it. Now 2 down. Base is still juiced.
So we've got 2 outs recorded in the inning, both on the first pitch. I don't think anybody else has swung at a first pitch yet. So
yeah, just lay off that first one.
Yeah,
you never know what could happen.
Just take and see what happens here. He didn't listen. It worked.
Yeah, drove that into left field. Here comes 1 run. Moving the chain along, 1-0 now. ZT Southeast lead as Easton Morgan comes through with the base hit. I think that was Reed Easton. Actually, I believe that was Reed Morgan. They didn't have a Morgan listed on their roster, so we were kind of just trying to piece things together.
See what I have their roster somewhere in here.
Now Mark Sanders' turn. After Morgan delivers the RBI single. Swings through that one. Bases are still loaded, 2 down. Ooh, looping curveball goes down on strikes, but ZT Southeast strikes. They leave the bases loaded. They lead 1-0. National Pretzel Day here at LakePoint Sports. So before we get into these things, and we've already kind of given you a taste of what we got, our Tatum Beckwith went around campus and found some athletes, and this was a lot of fun, having them trace the shape of pretzels. So let's go ahead and roll in this video, our National Pretzel Day challenge here for LakePoint sports athletes.
National Pretzel Day. Yeah, that was good.
Oh, get in there, out of the camera.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, so can you? So we've got one in front of us. So this is like kind of like cheating, right? This is like an open book test. So could you trace a pretzel?
I have maybe the least
so
amount of
so
athletic
you go like
or
this,
artistic
so you would
ability.
be like this, and then you like kind of have to come back around,
think
and
it's
you
just
go like
one
the
of
Mickey Mouse.
these.
Start with the Mickey Mouse ears,
Yeah.
I think, and then you do like the smiley face at the bottom. So that would be like the cheating would be Mickey Mouse ears,
Yeah, or
and
just
then like a smiley
circle-
face at the bottom.
Circle with an X, maybe?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm looking at one, and I still don't think I can do it. So, yeah, art class was not my strong suit. So,
All right, well, I also have to mention that we're doing a special here at LakePoint Sports for National Pretzel Day. So you can upgrade a pretzel with a side of cheese at no additional costs. Come get your cheese. That's our call for everyone on National Pretzel Day. So now we have to do our thing here as we come back to studio here, and we are going to get our chance at Factory Select. I don't do the cheese, so I'm unfortunately not gonna do the cheese.
cheese isn't my thing either. So,
I feel bad, but we have our producer Maddie in the back. Tatum's back there. Jack's back there. Drew, who's joining us, she's back there too. So there's plenty of people to have some of these. So I'm just going to take some sections of this off because we got so many people. So all right, I'm going to try the cinnamon. We're going to do the cinnamon one first.
let me go to the side here.
So this will be our official taste test here with the cinnamon one. So you got to do like
like
there
a
you go.
cheers?
Yeah.
Works.
What are we grading? What are we grading this one out at?
I think if we would have got it when it was hot, so ZT took a while.
They did, yeah.
I think this is warm. It's like an 8.2. It's good. You know, it's got a good crunchy outside, a little soft inside.
Yeah.
I think if you get it hot, it's, an 8.2. Cold, probably like a 7.1.
I'm a sucker for cinnamon, so that one gets me a little bit. So I'm going to try we're going to do the traditional here. I'm going to go a little bit. I actually got a bigger section of the traditional one than I anticipated. So,
That one's good.
that's where it's at. Yeah, that one's good. We're carb loading here on a Saturday morning.
Nothing like a cinnamon pretzel to get
That's
your day
right.
started. Little breakfast of champions.
That's right. So Morgan, who we actually didn't have on our roster, he's actually pitching for ZT Southeast, which makes this so much more fun. So we're going to find out, and that one is driven foul. All right, Costanza, these pretzels are making me thirsty. Yeah, we don't have a Morgan anywhere listed for ZT Southeast. So it's got to be like best guess here.
Go the middle here.
You going to do it?
Small piece. A little salt. And the classic always plays.
Those are so good. Bringing it on National Pretzel Day. So if you're here, make your way to either one of our concession stands, North Quad, South Quad. I think they're over the Champion Center too, I'm pretty sure. So if you want to go watch some EYBL basketball and get your pretzel on. We got you covered. Leadoff hitter for Factory Select. Bell goes down on strikes. So that was Hayden Bell goes down on strikes, and now it's going to be Grayson Green. Grayson, Jones County 2029, 13th prep baseball event for him. How far away is Jones County?
2 hours.
Wow.
Ballpark, yes.
So this guy's playing his 13th event here, and it's a 2-hour drive. We just got to get used to proximity. Doesn't feel like it's a big deal to be here 13 times, but swings through that count now, 0-2.
Pretty good. Just did my map, and 2 hours and 2 minutes. So pretty good guess on that one. Obviously, probably some traffic in the Atlanta area that contributes to that as always, but about 100 miles from where we sit right now to Jones County High School.
All right, best I can tell, Kaysen Morgan. That's who we're looking at. Kaysen Morgan, 2030. He's from Alabama. Switch hitter, righty, got the same hair as with the photo I see. He's from City, shares a name with a fantastic Eric Church song.
Yeah.
Talladega. Sure would like to be. And that's where Morgan's from, and he gets strikeouts, and now 2 down. On to the number 3 hitter for Factory Select. This is Kaysen Mann. Ooh, Morgan working some nasty secondary stuff here. He's got a nice changeup to go off that fastball. This is the first Kaysen on Kaysen matchup I can ever remember.
That's
here.
probably a good point.
Morgan on the mound, man at the plate.
Oh,
One goes back foul.
We'll drop down sidearm action there. Mixing release points and keep everybody off balance.
You feel like these are an upgrade from last year's
For
pretzels?
sure.
Yeah.
This the just traditional pretzel was infinitely better.
And it's not. They brought them to us and they were still piping hot. That one is ripped down the right side, and that is going to be down for a base hit. So Mann's got himself a 2-out single. When they brought them to us, they were warm, and like I said, I wanted us to see the video and all that stuff, so I was just tempting you for a little while with them. But even the traditional one, even like sitting there for a couple minutes, was still fantastic. So great job all around. And if you go today, you get yourself some free cheese. This is for ball 1. This is Regan Michael Hill.
Not a small 14-year-old.
No, he's listed, and this cannot be right. 5'6", 150.
No, I don't.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't know that maths.
Ooh, Hill ropes that one back. Big swing. NFL draft continues today, last day of it.
Yep.
Has anything truly surprised you?
I mean, hand up, I'm not like a major.
I'm all over. I love that.
I'm not an NFL draft guy.
All right.
I mean, I think Ty Simpson.
That was crazy.
That's a weird one. And then also the receiver from Ohio State going 4.
Yeah, Carnell Tate being the first Ohio State guy off the board. Yeah.
It's, granted, his teammate is an absolute freak and it's probably going to be a top 5 pick next year too. It's just very hard for me to justify taking the second best receiver on a college team in the top 5.
And he's never been the number 1 receiver on that team. He went from just guys in front of him, Harrison, and now slams his bat down. That one's on its way into left field. On the run, left fielder makes the catch. So ZT strands 3 in their first at bat. Factory strands 1, but ZT does lead 1-0. We'll have a lot more to talk about. We're going to be back soon. You're watching the Prep Baseball Open from LakePoint Sports.
Backed by over 100 years of engine design and manufacturing and a highly skilled dealer network. Yanmar. Yanmar Tractors. Quality. Hardworking. Reliability. Leave no job unfinished. Yanmar. Visit us at www.yanmartractor.com or see your local dealer for details.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. Fuel up with free hot breakfast, all while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. Guest how you guessed at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Welcome back. Cory McCartney, Avery Hunt with you. We've been celebrating National Pretzel Day. We just passed them on off into the back there to the production truck, so in our production room. So Jack, Maddie, Tatum, Drew, when you guys get a chance back there to taste these things, open up the microphone. I want to hear everybody's. We got to get our out of 10 review on the traditional pretzel and the cinnamon pretzel now being offered here at LakePoint.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay, yeah, this is great. All right, official pretzel rankings here, ratings.
Okay, I have tried the cinnamon sugar.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, it's a little.
Not what you were expecting?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I am going in with the butter salt, and it's delicious.
Yeah, that one is unbelievable.
It's delicious. Both are very good, tasty bread consistency.
All
I
right.
will say.
All right, Tatum delivers strong.
I like the cinnamon one. I think the seasoning's really good. And I always love the salt one. I've loved that one anyway. So yeah, I think they're both really good.
But the salt one's better. The salt one's better.
But in general, I always prefer a salty pretzel over a sweet one. So, but yeah, I think they do a really good job about keeping them warm, but they don't dry out too bad in the concessions. So, but yeah,
some next level intel here from Maddie Bullock. All right,
we're getting good feedback from the booth here.
That's good. Savoy Pichal from North Gwinnett, 2030 now at the plate. He's listed at 5'5", 112 pounds. I think we might be working on the metric system.
Yeah, we're going to need some updated numbers here.
Yeah.
And the profiles for the boys.
Well, they got to get out to a prep baseball scouting event. They got to get to one of these.
Get validated.
They got to get to one of these preseason IDs and get the full measurements going.
But yes, NFL draft finishes today.
Yep.
That is the last thing on my mind. 6 o'clock tonight's what's the most important thing of the day. Hawks Knicks game 4. If you show up to LakePoint Sports and hear people screaming about officiating in an NBA game, it's me. Hand up. If you hear screaming coming from the tower in 9 through 12, it's me. So
I can't look at C.J. McCollum and not see Steve Urkel.
That's a good That's a good.
Every time he's on TV, I'm like, that's what happened to him. He grew up. That was a glow up. That one is roped into right center. It's going to be a base hit, and another run's going to score for ZT Southeast.
Ooh, almost slipped on the plate there.
Jackson Jasunis from Seconder was actually number 50, comes through on that one. He is listed at 6 foot, 240 pounds.
That's probably a little more in the ballpark. Not the 5'5", 112 or whatever
Jackson Jasunis. Just sooner or later, this guy's going to do some damage. Just did it in that last AB. They lead 2-0. It's now Tatum Houck. I've checked. I don't believe any relation to the other Houcks from the Parkview area.
Yep.
Tatum sends that one into right field, and that's going to be caught for an out. Jasunis backtracks to first.
Yeah, I don't think there's any relation to Colin that's with the Mets now.
Yeah, or Tanner.
Yep. I forgot. Yeah.
Back to the top of the order here for ZT Southeast and Colin Berry.
Hey, if anybody's counting, that's 3 of the 4 outs have been on the first pitch.
Wow.
Just keeping the info.
And our storyline continues. They do get an out, but we'll still have runner at first.
We're 4 for 5 now on first pitch outs.
That's right.
Hey, ZT's ready to hit when they get in the box.
Yep. These guys are antsy.
Leadoff hitter that we just saw there has seen 2 pitches today. Get in, let it fly.
I want to see Colin Berry run. He's listed as running a 7.36, but I have a feeling that number's probably old. He's got exit velo, though, around 93, now standing at first base. Again, he'll be here in July for the junior feature games. Nolan Shue now steps in, 2 down, 1 on. 2-0 lead for ZT Southeast. Jackson Jasunis coming through with an RBI single here in the second.
Got the DJ fired
Yeah,
up
you can
here
hear
today.
feel you're at the club now.
Got the vibrations going on here.
We'll have the Grill and Tailgate Showcase going on at 12:30. So Chef Dorian Hunter, Master Chef winner, is going to be out there doing her thing on the grill. So you wonder, like, I've never seen like a professional chef. I say, like, you feel like if you cook at home, you can say I'm a chef, but like to be like a literal professional chef, cook like a hot dog. So, you know, like my mom will make them, and she likes them to be like completely blackened.
Yeah.
She wants like the blackened one. So like, does like a professional chef like scoff at that? Like, what does a hot dog look like that is cooked by a professional chef? Like, what is the perfect like look and temp and and texture of a chef produced hot dog?
I don't know. I just put mine in the microwave, dude. I'm a simple human. 1 minute in, get them out.
When I was growing up, though, my mom would like boil them in water, and that's way too much work. That's like putting a baked potato in the oven. You know, it's like you come back to it.
Too.
Yeah. Mitch Hedberg, the comedian, used to say like he would just throw like a baked potato in the oven because you never know, they take so long. He might be hungry by the time it's done.
That's true. Being a person that has struggled with baked potatoes in the oven in the last 6 months, that's a real complaint.
Yeah, that's a commitment.
Stick it in there, 45 minutes.
That's
might
right.
be ready.
Yeah, might not.
Hour.
Might
who
not.
knows?
But I do want to see what a hot dog produced by a legitimate, like award-winning chef looks like in comparison. Because I'm drive down the street and go to Portillo's and get a Chicago dog.
Yeah.
But I know they don't have the person back there didn't win Master Chef.
No, they're not a chef. They're a cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. How long do you have to be a cook before you can call yourself a chef?
I think you have to go to school to be a chef.
All right.
A chef with an F.
Well, I watched The Bear. They just, most of them, that schooling doesn't look like it's very much fun. You just get screamed at.
Yeah, I'm kind of out. Where they scream at you on TV and I don't know that anybody's gonna be screaming at me in the kitchen as I make make a fillet and some mashed potatoes. I just don't think people are gonna be screaming.
I feel like it wouldn't be as good.
Yeah, I would just walk out. But here, you cook it, dude. I don't know.
Yeah. 1-2 count here to Shue. We just had a visit with Jasper Robinson. So, yeah, that will be going on at 12:30 today. So if you also wonder what grill food looks like when produced by a master, come check it out.
I wonder what her thought process is of like I'm a chef, like a award-winning chef. Come like cooking hamburgers and hot dogs, like warming up, like a stretch. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's like, I would say beneath.
It's like a layup. It's like layup lines before
that's
basketball.
Right. Yeah,
yeah,
that's true. Yeah, there's not artistry to it.
American or pepper jack. I mean,
that's
I don't know.
Well, maybe you can come out and maybe we'll learn something.
Hey, I'll be here, so I'll swing by. Maybe I can learn some tricks.
But it can't just be like a normal hot dog. You know, you can't just be like, here it is, throw some mustard and some ketchup on this thing, and that's into center field. That's going to be an inning ending out. It has to be like a little bit more involved like that.
You got to have a garnish on there of some sort, like some greenery trickled across the top. I feel like that's a big
coleslaw or something like.
I feel like it's a chef thing. Like let's just sprinkle some greens on top, make it look good. I'm not good at that, so I just.
All right, well, we'll get our answer a little bit later today. We're going to take a break. 2-0 lead for ZT Southeast here in the Prep Baseball Open. I think they're in a pretzel coma in the back.
Too many cinnamon pretzels.
That's right. Well, we may just be sticking.
We'll just stay live.
Yeah. Well, 2-0 lead for ZT Southeast. We were talking a little bit about the draft. I know you're a Georgia guy. We looked back, and it's been 5 years since they've waited that long to have a guy picked in the draft, number 20.
Waited all the way to 20. It's like, it's crazy. I mean, I think this next year will probably be some guys back in that top 10 if I had to guess. But, you know, it's crazy. We were looking at it before we got on, just the amount of guys that have been drafted since Kirby got there.
Yeah.
And in 2017, in 2017 we had one guy drafted, and now it's like you'll have 10 to 12 guys a year from the national championship teams. I think you had like 17 or some crazy stat like that. It's just like
the NFL draft is like it's in terms of like the other one. So the NBA one, they kind of like these are the guys that are going to get picked. Like the NFL, like they could just like have their idea of some guy that's not on everyone's initial, because some of these teams try to show they're smarter than everybody else, and you're like, why is that guy getting picked, like Ty Simpson to the Rams or something like that? So for them to have the guys on site, it can be a little bit more dicey. The NBA ones, they know these are the guys that are going to get picked, so we're going to have them here on site with us. You just legitimately could never do it in baseball.
Yeah, it's like the NFL draft is like the only draft where a guy that gets picked in the third, really the second round and on, that's going to like play immediately. Like the NBA guy, if you're an NBA guy that gets drafted in the second round, like
good luck.
You're probably going to spend 6 weeks. You're probably going to spend a year in the G League, or they think we're still calling it the G League. And baseball, if you're even the top end college guys, like you're going to spend 6 months playing in AA.
Yep.
And it's just like the NFL draft is the only draft where it's like, all right, you get drafted in the first round, like 90% chance you're starting week 1. And even if like you have a 4th or 5th round guy that's like a plug and play, corner or something like that, they're on the field day 1. So it's very interesting. There's a lot more positions, obviously, too.
Sure.
So yeah, I think that's kind of makes it interesting because every team needs something different. It's like the Cardinals drafting Love at 3. Like, is Jeremiah Love going to make the Cardinals a playoff team next year? Probably not. But like, you basically set yourself up for a quarterback the next year.
That's right. The Jets,
kind of like what the Raiders did this year they went Genty last year in the first round and then bounced back with, you get Fernando Mendoza as the number 1 pick. So
Caden Stanley reached with a little bit of a calamity there at first base, and now we get the throw over from Morgan, and it allows Stanley to advance to second base. But, they have the green rooms, obviously, for these other sports, and I just don't. It just the way the baseball draft works, it's just impossible to think like you would bring these guys in. Like last year, you have the number 1 pick last year, Eli Willits to the Nationals. Like no one thought Eli Willits was going to be the number 1 pick last year. It's like there would be literally no reason to have these guys on site.
And baseball is one of those things too of like signability. Like
Yeah, it
if
matters.
you draft a high school kid at number 7, like he could never play for you.
Yep.
And it's like NFL guys, they don't have any other option. It's like,
That's
all right, dude,
right.
like you're going to the NFL or you're going to work, get a real job.
Wow, what a play. It's short. Gets him on the ground out. Runner does advance to third. I think it would be really interesting in the baseball draft, though, if you could draft a guy and you held his rights for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then if he comes back out as a junior, his rights are reset.
Yeah.
So let's say, like, you're Ethan Holiday last year and you get drafted, by the Rockies at 3. And then you say, well, I'm going to go to Oklahoma State, but you guys have my draft rights for 2 years. So if I go to Oklahoma State for a year and be like, yeah, I think I'm ready for the pros now.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait 2 years to go back.
Yeah, my thing with it too is like I know it's a league policy, but like you can do it in college basketball.
Yeah.
Like you can leave after a year, but it's like, college baseball, if you go, you got to stay till you're 20. And it's like, why can he not just leave?
Well, think about how the draft would change if they could literally and that was right over top of Morgan's glove. Short has it again. What a wonderful couple back-to-back plays, but Stanley does cross the plate. We got a 2-1 game now as Factory Select is on the board. But I think it could change the complexion of everything if you could draft a guy knowing you did have his rights, even if you did want to go to. Because I think the kind of guys that got picked early on, it would be like, we're taking these guys that we think are undeniable at the top end, and then we'll worry about the guys that we can actually get in our system right now.
I mean, hockey does that, right?
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yep, they do, yeah.
Not very big of the NHL scene, obviously, but
but
I
you
think
get to
hockey
you retain their rights even if they go back to college.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I think that's a good why not? You know what I'm saying? I think it would change a lot of approaches when it comes to the draft.
Braden Thompson, it sends that one into right field. It's caught. It's going to bring an end to the inning. You sticking around for another one? You got to go.
I got to bounce.
All right, Avery's got to roll, man. Thanks for coming by. National Pretzel Day celebration with Avery Hunt. We'll be back with more from LakePoint Sports.
First one I picked up, I just liked it the best. And like I said, I tried a lot of different companies, a lot of different models, and I fell in love with Old Hickory for sure.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. Fuel up with free hot breakfast. All while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. Guest how you guessed at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Backed by over 100 years of engine design and manufacturing and a highly skilled dealer network. Yanmar. Yanmar Tractors. Quality. Hardworking. Reliability. Leave no job unfinished. Yanmar. Visit us at www.yanmartractor.com or see your local dealer for details.
Windscreen Factory. More than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Welcome back. Robinson back on the mound for Factory Select, and he's now dealing with Andrew Davis. So we've got Davis, Duncan, and Williams at the plate here for ZT Southeast, leading 2-1 here in the top of the third. Now joined here in studio by Jack McCartney, who is back enjoying some pretzels. Davis rips that one down the left side, and that one is gloved by the third baseman. Long throw, pulls on top of the first baseman. Davis going to make his way to second off the errant throw. Is he going to hold there? He's going to be in at second. So Davis going to be at second base here to start things off for Factory Select. Some aggressive behavior that we've seen at the plate from ZT Southeast, Jack, and we just saw that continue with Andrew Davis.
Yeah, I mean,
they're jumping on first pitch.
Yeah, sadly he didn't end up getting on because of a
misplay.
He got on because of a misplay, but they've been really good at figuring out the first pitch, swinging at first pitches, and a lot of these guys are getting their second looks here. So
yeah, so I've seen, so Mark DeRosa kind of had a breakdown on this on MLB Network, and he said a lot of times hitters, as they kind of get advanced, they don't necessarily go up there looking for a specific pitch. It becomes more about like yes, 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 no, I'm not swinging, as opposed to being like, okay, I'm only swinging at a fastball. That one's down the left side. Third base has it again, throws. This time they do catch it, and they're going to get Duncan out at first, but Davis did make his way to third. I think the sense I'm getting watching these ZT Southeast hitters, and it'll be fun to talk to them about whoever ends up being player of the game should they hold on and win, is they seem to have that approach. It's like, you're going to make me at this last second decide I'm not going to swing, as opposed to me being up there looking for a specific pitch.
When you hear a lot of the coaches talk about it, they always say, like, wait for your pitch, but also think yes, 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 no.
Yeah, I think you can get into a point where if you're up there waiting for fastball and the guy's only throwing you secondary stuff, are you going to be like, okay, now I'm forced to swing when I didn't want to swing because I went up there looking for something specific. So I think it's more about like you can think about windows, hitting windows, and if it's something's within the window you're looking for, you swing at it. But it was a nasty breaking ball right there from Robinson. This, as I mentioned, the Publix Legends of the Spring Weekend, and there is just – you were over at Nike EYBL yesterday. You told me you got a chance to talk to Chris Paul for a couple minutes. He's over there. Ace Bailey's over there. A whole bunch of NBA scouts over there. It's not a live period for NCAA recruiting, so we don't have college coaches here on campus, because if we did, this would probably be Future Games-esque.
I think you would have to park on top of buildings if that was the case. I mean, it's such an amazing event. I mean, we have so many great players. I have not even looked at almost half the teams, but we have the number one player in the 2027 class. We have the number one player in the nation at Marcus Spears Jr., whose dad's Marcus Spears.
Nice.
C.J. Rosser is the number 2 player in the nation. The number 3 player in the nation, Beckham Black, whose brother is Anthony Black, who is playing in the NBA right now. Ryan Hampton, the number 5 player in the nation. And I'm just going to ramble on. The 7 player in the nation, 12, 19, 30, 33, 43, 73, 80, 82, 97, and 100. And that's not even the, top 200 guys. I mean, that's literally only the top 100.
Casey Morgan, by the way, just roped a RBI double, 84.5 off his bat into left center. And, a lot going on there. We got a lot going on here, too, because ZT Southeast is putting it to them now, leading 4-1 here, and they've now got 4 runs on 8 hits. But, yeah, a ton of big-time names over there at Nike EYBL. Today at 12:30, by the way, NBA TV, if you go to their website, streaming one of the games from over there, so you can check that out. They did a really nice job yesterday on a late-game broadcast over there. So NBA TV in the house, and they are broadcasting a couple games across the Nike EYBL schedule. And, of course, we got Prep Red Zone 7v7 football going on at Publix Fields. Rumor has it Peyton Manning may be showing up today at some point. He actually came during their last event and coached his son's team.
Huh. Yeah, his son goes to Baylor High School.
He does,
in
the Baylor
Tennessee.
school, yeah.
Yep.
We've had the Baylor school here for baseball.
Yeah, they have a kid who's an ambidextrous pitcher that plays for him.
Sanders rips that into left field, and that's going to be down for a base hit. Runner taking off, throw will be well wide. So an RBI double, another one here. This one coming from Sanders.
But they're part of one of the biggest, I would say, high school rivalries in all of high school sports between the Baylor school and McCallie, which has Noah Wilson, the Vanderbilt commit.
That's right. There you go.
That's a pretty big rivalry when it comes to high school sports. Both teams are amazing in almost every sport. Just really good powerhouses there. But
now a 5-1 lead here for ZT Southeast. Savoy Pichal now at the plate. He fouls that one off. Pichal's hitless, but I believe did draw a walk in his last AB. He in fact did. So now 5 runs on 9 hits for ZT Southeast, and they've scored 19 runs so far. Their last game lasted just 4 innings. So not even completed 7 innings yet, and they've racked up 19 runs.
Jeez.
They are piling it on here in the 3rd inning. They lead 5-1. So, yeah, you'll go from this over to EYBL. We also have USA Beach Volleyball has an event, Southeast National Qualifier going on over at the Beach Pavilion as well. So
yeah, there's a lot going on.
One of the busiest weekends. Now Avery Hunt's found himself in the background of our shot, so now he's just observing. That one, yeah, he thought someone was going to be covering. No one was. Sanders going to make his way to 3rd. So a little frustration there, I think, from Robinson on the mound. Thought the bag was going to be covered. Makes the move to throw, and it goes into center field. And CT Southeast is kind of taking advantage. I think we're going to go out here and have a regroup moment. I think a little frustration mounting here for Factory Select. You can understand the frustration on the mound there. You think the bag's covered, and you just throw back. But obviously, from a coaching standpoint, you don't want a guy throwing a ball when there's nobody covering the bag. So, yeah, you'll make your way over to Nike EYBL. We'll go over there and see if we might be able to grab some interviews. We know there's always a lot of NBA scouts over there. I'd love to kind of get to pick the brain of an NBA scout. We had Sean Rooney from the Kansas City Royals here in studio with me during the Battle for Bartow, talking about just kind of the what do you do and look for when you come into an event like this, especially when you're looking at the draft eligible senior class. But it would be really interesting from an NBA standpoint. You're still potentially 2 years away from being able to get any of these players. Mm-hmm. So how much stock do you take and put in what the product looks like now as opposed to what they're going to look like after a year of college? So I think that would be an intriguing conversation. Shortstop has it, throws, and that will be an out, but they're going to trade a run for an out as Sanders crosses, makes it 6-1.
Well, I know you guys were talking about the NFL draft earlier. I was talking to you about it a couple days ago. The NFL draft, I mean, I don't watch hockey, but the NFL draft is the only draft I get to watch where I don't have to be in the back or at home editing draft videos or draft graphics. I mean, I talked about it a couple weeks ago. So far, I looked at the top 200 draft eligible players according to Prep Baseball. 114 of them out of the top 200. There's over 600, almost 700 draft picks in the MLB draft. 200 of them out of the 200 top. We've had 114 of them play at these fields.
Wow. Pretty incredible.
Yep.
So Jackson Jasunis just got hit by a pitch. That'll bring up Tatum Houck. 6-1 lead here for ZT Southeast. Hauk 0 for 1. That's going to be low by Robinson. He's got 57 pitches already here in the third inning. Two hits for Factory Select, 9 for ZT Southeast. Throw it down to first from the big catcher back there. Braden Thompson behind the plate. Braden Thompson behind the plate for Factory Select, yeah. Braden 6'1", 225, going John Millage Academy. Robinson issues a walk. Jasunas makes his way to second. Now we're back to the top of the order here for ZT Southeast. So let's say we are going to have a pitching change for Factory Select. So real quick before we watch Robinson depart, let's show our windscreen Factory starting lineup. Sorry to get this to you a little late. Every time we have a game where a team plays at 8 o'clock and then rolls into the next game, it always delays our ability to get our hands on a starting lineup. So we've seen plenty of this ZT Southeast team so far, led off by Colin Berry, then Nolan Shue, Andrew Davis, Jackson Duncan, Charlie Williams, Kason Morgan, who's on the mound, Mark Sanders, Savoy Pichal, Jackson Jasunas, and Tatum Hauk. Factory Select, we've seen Hayden Bell, Grayson Green, Kason Mann, Regan Michael Hill, Caden Stanley, Aiden Green, Benton Wilson, Braden Thompson, Coasis Poole, Jasper Robinson, who's on the mound, and Jace Blackston. We are having a pitching change now for Factory Select. Take a quick break here in studio. We'll be back with more, tell you about the new arm here for Factory Select.
Backed by over 100 years of engine design and manufacturing and a highly skilled dealer network. Yanmar. Yanmar Tractors. Quality. Hardworking. Reliability. Leave no job unfinished. Yanmar. Visit us at www.yanmartractor.com or see your local dealer for details.
A busy Champions Weekend, the Publix Legends of the Spring here at LakePoint Sports. And we see footage here from the Prep Baseball Open. Also have the Prep Red Zone 7v7 and Nike EYBL in action. So much going on. Got 680 The Fan here in the house and some more action here from the Prep Red Zone 7v7. Just an exciting weekend, jam-packed weekend as we roll through our Champions Weekends here at LakePoint Sports. First pitch from the new pitcher here for Factory Select is put into play. Colin Berry has three pitches. Every pitch Colin Berry sees, he puts into play, and he's now standing at first base. Bases are now loaded.
They have not put it in a new pitcher. I think that's still Robinson.
Oh, I guess I didn't even think that the first time that they saw him, the first time they went out, that was a player-only thing.
Yep.
So they brought them. Okay. Yep. I was thinking there for a second there that the coach had come out that first time to calm him down. So when I saw this coach the second time,
I was questioning.
All right, so yeah. Robinson's still out there. So we do not have a new arm for Factory Select as they take on ZT Southeast. ZT Southeast leads 6-1. Nolan Shue's at the plate. Colin Berry again has just seen a handful of pitches. He's now standing at first. Bases are loaded. 2 outs. Shue 1 for 2. Robinson has thrown 64 pitches. Ten hits now for ZT Southeast. Thompson stops that from going any further. So this next, when you get back over to Nike EYBL today, who are the players that you're looking at in this kind of maybe next window of games that you're going to be pinpointing?
At the 12:30 slot, I mean, it's hard not to want to pinpoint this guy.
Oh man, Shue goes and gets that. Third base has it, gloves it.
Wow.
gets himself an inning double play. I'll let you stick with this because, man, what a fantastic play that we saw there out of third base. Blackston gloves that, tags a runner, brings it into the inning.
I mean, it's hard not to want to pinpoint the number one player in the class for the 2027s.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. There's not a single slot or a single court where there isn't someone of note or someone who is going to end up playing in college basketball next year in 2 years. Because, in the AAU circuit, we're so used to seeing the seniors and all that kind of stuff. But right now, it's now the juniors who are about to become seniors. This is their last AAU's chance before they go on to play. Usually we see the high school baseball and then summer ball.
Yeah.
But for basketball, they play. It almost feels like it's summer ball, and then when they play basketball in the fall.
So the guys that you're primarily seeing over there are the 28s.
No, 27s.
27s.
Yeah, 27s. There's 128 that I've seen so far. But they also have the 27s. There's a EYBL 15s, and then there's I think EYBL 14s maybe. But yeah, I mean, there's 128 that's playing in the 17Us, and it is Aiden Diggs. He's the number 7 player in the class of 2028, and from what I've seen, all these guys are just so good. It's insane the amount of I couldn't move like that if I wanted to.
So good at basketball is the opportunity.
Good at basketball is an understatement.
Casey Morgan returns on the mound. He's thrown just 24 pitches as we sit here in the bottom of the third inning. We've played less than an hour so far.
Wow, really?
Southeast, yeah. Yeah, still 1:07 left on the clock.
Wow, time flies when you're having fun.
And Coassus Pools at the plate. Factory Select hasn't gotten through their lineup yet.
I mean, it makes sense. They're batting 13.
Yeah. Oh, they're batting 11.
Oh, ZT's batting 13?
No, ZT's batting 10.
Oh, my bad. The 13's from last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm overthinking this.
Yeah, so batting 11, Factory Select has yet to get through their entire lineup, so maybe they can change that here in this inning. That one is put in play. Jasunas gloves it, throws to Morgan. It'll be out number 1. Oh, he's safe. I think Jasunas is stunned. So Coassus Poole is going to be standing at first. So Poole out of Weaver, 2029, 7th prep baseball event for him. So leadoff infield single for Factory Select, trying to mount something, see if they can start keeping the line moving. Robinson now steps in. Robinson been on the mound for Factory Select, watches ball 1. How loud was it in the gym in the Champion Center when you were in there yesterday watching all this action going on? Pretty loud.
Yeah, it was pretty loud. I mean, we have 12 basketball courts, so it's like within a 5-minute time radius, you've got a buzzer, and it's like all throughout the entire. It's almost like nightmare fuel of buzzers.
Poole stole second. It's now a 3-0 count here to Robinson. Jace Blackston, last batter in the order for ZT Southeast in the on-deck circle. So all but guaranteed we'll get back to the top of the order here for ZT, for Factory Select. And again, just trying to piece something together. They've got 1 run on 3 hits. ZT's got 6 runs on 10 hits. Morgan misses low, and that'll be a walk there to Robinson. So infield single for Poole, and now Robinson issued a walk, and that'll now bring us up to Jace Blackston. Again, last batter in the order here for Factory Select. Blackston from Tatnall Square, 2029. This is his 8th prep baseball event. Morgan leaning in a little bit more to that submarine style as this game's worn on. Misses ball 1 there to Morgan. That's a strike. It's interesting how he'll just drop down to that submarine style and
well, I mean, when you
just
have
mixes it in.
When you have the submarine in the back of your pocket, it's going to be hard for any batter, especially at this age, to try to even touch it.
Yeah. We've kind of actually, you've seen him, he just went over the top there with that fastball, and then he kind of drops down 3/4 for the secondary, and then he goes submarine style with whatever pitch he's trying to get to rise.
Jeez.
Swings through that 74.3, counts now 2-2.
I know that some coaches are going to get upset about that, where it might be like tipping your pitches, but
yeah,
at this age,
it's just a different look. You're changing eye levels.
It's insane.
Poole takes off for third. He's now got 2 stolen bases. Robinson did stay put at first, so now I got him in the corners with 1 out. So the strikeout of Blackson is the 3rd of the game for Morgan, and I'll bring us back to the top of the order and Hayden Bell. Bell from Jones County. Robinson takes off. The throw is in plenty of time. Sometimes I think if you make that when you're that base runner, you sometimes don't think they're going to throw it. If there's a runner at third, you think you don't have to run full speed because they're probably not going to throw with a runner at third, unless you got a catcher that you really trust the arm of. And clearly, with Jackson Duncan back behind the plate, they trust the arm to get the job done. Throws down to second. They easily got Robinson for the second out. Still got Poole at third.
I mean, that was a beautiful throw, too.
I mean, he got him by. He didn't even have a chance to slide.
No, he had no chance.
He was still just complete upright.
He was maybe 8 feet from the bag.
1-1 count. Feeling the base, feeling like you need some glow sticks, and we're dancing. We're getting some black lights in here, and
I want 2 neon green glow sticks.
There you go. We'll make it happen. 1-1 count. This is high to Bell.
Put him in the shape of an X.
There you go. Yeah. Now 2-1. Poole standing at third, 2 outs. I'm sure if you were to ask Jackson Jasunas, who had a front row seat, he would have said that Poole shouldn't even be at first base.
Wow.
87.2 off the bat. That is driven well into the left field corner. That's going to be extra base. Is going to stand at second base now. So Hayden Bell comes through with an RBI double. ZT Southeast got their second run, a badly needed second run. They've not scored since inning number 2. I guess that was last inning. Just feels like it's been a long time ago.
Yeah.
Considering how much time ZT Southeast has spent at the plate.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, he got every piece of that ball.
He just missed it.
It was a little tomahawk of it, but he absolutely obliterated that ball.
Great job by Hayden Bell out of Jones County, 2029, 10th prep baseball event for him. Now standing at second base with an RBI double and a second run for Factory Select. Grayson Green, the center fielder, now steps in.
Yeah, this random base is making me feel a little jiggy. I don't know what it is.
Morgan misses glove side. Counts 1-0 here to Grayson Green. Another Jones County 2029. 13th prep baseball event for him. Comes the 1-0. Rips that right up the middle. 88.9. It's going to be another run for Factory Select. And the throw get there in time. It can't. Now 6-3 as Grayson Green comes through with an RBI single. Factory Select not done yet, and got to credit these guys for fighting back, trailing 6-1. They've now got 2 runs here in the bottom of the third, Jack. these guys clearly saying, we're not rolling over. We know this team scored a lot of runs in ZT Southeast, but we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do. You really have to you have to put the past behind you, and you just have to find ways. And especially this being their second wave through with this pitcher.
Yeah, they're getting their second look at Morgan.
It's helping out a lot.
They're getting their second look at Morgan. Case and Man out at the plate.
Because even in high school games, it'll take guys at least one to really know a batter.
Sure.
And it's not like you can go and you can be like, hey, we know this guy's starting, so let me watch videos on him.
Yeah, that seems to be exactly what's happening. 90.3 off the bat of Man. That is over top of the center fielder's head. Green's going to make his way home. Man all the way to third. Is he going to hold there? Man has got himself an RBI triple. Back-to-back run-scoring hits here for Factory Select. They've now got a 6-4 game on their hands. And, man, what a well-struck ball there by Case and Man. 90.3 off the bat. And, man, got to give up to the Mary Persons 20-30. He absolutely roped that, a rocket off his bat.
Yeah, I mean, went right over the center fielder's head, and he knew it was extra bases as soon as it left his bat. It just absolutely got so much of that ball, 90 off the bat, which is insane, and just absolutely ran the bases so well.
I'm really impressed with the response that we've seen from Factory Select because, and look, honestly, I mean, you had a team that scored 14 runs in the previous game.
Mm-hmm.
You watched it happen.
Yep.
Your game got moved up a little bit because that was a run rule situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then you watch them get 6 runs through 3 innings, and it sort of feels like,
what can I do?
Here we go.
Yep.
Here we go. This lineup's going to start stringing something together, but Factory Select was far from through. They've now responded here in the third. They've got themselves 3 runs. Now going to bring up Regan Michael Hill, who I just think it's borderline hilarious that he's listed at 5'6", 150 pounds. That was half a person ago, I feel like, at this point. First pitch, and Hall ropes that 84.6, and that is down to the left field corner. Here comes another run, and we're going to have another run-scoring extra base hit for Factory Select as Regan Michael Hill rips that one into left field into the corner. And, man, that's now 6-5.
Wow.
Things have changed in an absolute hurry for ZT Southeast, and feels like that's probably going to be the end of the day here as we have our second visit here to get a talk to Case and Morgan, and he's going to turn over the ball. Pitching change for ZT Southeast. While we've got a second here, I'm going to take us through some of the promotions that we're doing here at F&B across the baseball village. Talked already about National Pretzel Day and how you can get some free cheese dipping sauce with any of the purchases, but we also have a fry special. So let's bring up our all-star fries here in the month of April. Garlic Parmesan fries and then Cajun fries next month. So stick around if you come back, for those of us that, ourselves included, but everybody who will be here for multiple events. And you can upgrade a side if you get a combo meal for only 50 cents. So where do you feel, Jack, you'll look at these things, the Cajun fries,
yep,
the garlic parmesan. I know you're not a spicy guy.
No.
All right.
No.
Well, how do we feel about the look of the garlic parmesan fries? Look legit.
Oh, yeah, they look real good.
All right, Maddie, thoughts on the all-star fry flavors?
I'm really excited about both of them. I love Cajun fries, but
Okay.
I also love garlic parmesan. But I'd say I'm probably more excited for the Cajun fries.
Really?
Like, that's my favorite kind.
Okay.
Huh.
And I mentioned that you can get it as an upgrade from any side. As we flip now, we've also got something else to show you, the buffalo chicken wrap. So there you can get the fry combo, and you can upgrade 50 cents. This looks good to me. So I'm down with the buffalo chicken wrap, and you get the combo. You add for 50 cents, you get the garlic parmesan fries, and then maybe you add a pretzel, and you get the free dipping sauce, and you've got National Pretzel Day covered on all fronts, and you're all filled up here.
Yeah.
From your experience here at LakePoint. I wait until after 12:30 though, because you got to come through the grill and tailgate showcase and see what Chef Dorian Hunter is going to do.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting ready for it right next to us.
Yeah, they are. They're getting things ready. I see some flowers out there.
There's a lot that's going on. I mean, it's
Excuse me. Yeah,
it's going to be
And I brought this to
good.
this was my conversation earlier with Avery Hunt. I'm not sure how much if you heard any of this, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to understand. And maybe I'll just ask Chef Dorian about this. What can a master chef do to a hot dog that would be different than how a normal human being would prepare a hot dog?
It wasn't prepared by a normal human being.
But is there a temperature? Is there an opportune, like the perfect temp or look or texture to the outside casing of a hot dog and the way it's cooked by a master chef, as opposed to if run-of-the-mill dad is cooking for his family during a Sunday cookout?
Well, if we're being honest, if you go to a Michelin star restaurant, you know what you're not ordering? A hot dog.
Well, you've never watched The Bear.
I haven't watched The Bear,
Okay.
but that's a TV show.
It is, but they actually there's a book written by this guy who ran a Michelin rated restaurant in New York, and he actually had people who wanted a hot dog and their time in New York, and they actually got one of the people from their restaurant to go out, bring in a hot dog, and then like cut it up into multiple pieces, like put some extra stuff on top of it, went out and presented it, and gave them a hot dog at a Michelin rated restaurant.
Huh. I also don't think that. I wouldn't wonder if at a Michelin star restaurant, if they do hot dogs, do they like grill it, or do they like? You can boil hot dogs, right?
Yeah,
That's like
yeah.
So do you boil it or do you grill it? Because if you grill it,
these are questions for Chef Dorian.
Because
Dorian Hunter.
If you grill it, then you're gonna get like black marks on it.
Sure,
That
may be that shows that it was maybe that's the good thing.
And also might be up to the person's request.
It's true. All right, we've got new pitcher here for ZT Southeast, Werner Shoemake from North Hall, 2030. Got a fastball around 77, slider 67 to 69, over 2,000 spin on that pitch. He's working right now against Caden Stanley. Caden Stanley, 2030, playing in his 8th prep baseball event. He's now standing at first base after a walk. So now 2 on, 2 down. Aiden Green's turn, second baseman. It's a strike from Werner Shoemake. Werner's hat doesn't fit him.
No.
I always talk about this in these broadcasts because it seems like it happened. I feel like it's happened a lot less frequently this spring.
Yeah, no,
with the guys
definitely.
losing their hats. I feel like last year it was like we had guys last year that literally lost their hat every time they threw a
pitch,
ball.
yeah.
But I feel like it's
we've also coached guys where that's happened before.
but
too.
I feel like there's been less occurrence of it this spring. So I don't know if guys are like getting away from wanting their hats to fit like that, or if it's just. I don't know the answer. I wish I had the answer. Maybe Shoemake might have fixed things. I think he adjusted. I think he might have like one of the junk headbands on underneath, and he may have like finally tucked the back end of the little knot in the back of it underneath his hat.
Well, and I think another huge thing with, a lot of these guys are still, they're growing every day.
Well, they could be newer hats,
and they're new.
They just got the new hats because it's the spring. They just got their new uniforms. And they're breaking them in. So they're a little loose.
But also,
your head doesn't really grow, though. I think there's a certain point where you
hair. I've grown. I mean, I grew out my hair. With the last 3 years,
true.
I've grown 2/8 of an inch on my hair.
1-2 count here to Green. And that's down the middle for a strike. 2 stranded, but Factory Select has clawed their way back. It's a 1-run game. We are on to the 4th inning. It's a big food day here at LakePoint Sports. Publix Legends of the Spring Champions Weekend. We're a little hour away from the Grill and Tailgate Showcase. So much going on here. We'll be back with more from the Baseball Village.
Windscreen Factory. More than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Uh-oh. Welcome back. Cory McCartney, Jack McCartney with you. ZT Southeast leads 6-5 over Factory Select in our game of the day. From the Prep Baseball Open, this part of the Publix Legends of the Spring weekend here at LakePoint Sports. And the one thing we did not want to see is showing some very light signs of it. We've got a little bit of a drizzle going on right now. So, but we've still got flowers off to the side of us here from Publix. So this could be for the benefit of the flowers. But it didn't look like there was a lot of heavy stuff coming through. Looking at the radar, it looked like anything rain-wise was going to be very light.
Hope so.
Pitching change here for Factory Select. And how many times do we talk about a guy having a moment and then he gets another opportunity at a moment? Kaysen Mann just absolutely drilled an RBI triple all the way to the wall in center field, and now he takes over on the mound. The Stratford Academy 2029, playing in his 10th prep baseball event. He's got a fastball around 84 miles an hour, a curveball that sits 70 to 73. And he'll now be dealing with Andrew Davis, Jackson Duncan, and Charlie Williams as ZT Southeast tries to mount a response. They gave up 4 runs in the third inning, so each team getting 4 runs in the third. So ZT Southeast going to try to kind of instill their will once again on this game, seeming as though they were in complete control, and then things got a little bit sideways. And Tatum Beckwith back there working the camera for us.
Well, and I think what we're going to start seeing, especially because this guy wasn't pitching before, and he is now coming out when it's starting to rain. So the ball is going to get slick. Every time it hits the ground, it's just going to get a little bit of moisture on it. And you're going to run into your off-speed pitches aren't going to really work as well because you can't get the grip to spin it.
You're an optimistic young man this mid-morning.
It's just the truth with pitching. Pitching's so difficult when it rains, especially because we have turf field, so it's not like you can get like the moisture just gets built up on it.
My computer's about to die, so you're going to see me in.
Give me 2 seconds. I got you.
I got a charger right here.
I have a charger ready. Look at this.
All right.
We had a wham bam shang-a-lang.
To the rescue. So Davis walks, so a leadoff walk issued here by Kaysen Mann. Struggling a little bit to find his location in these early pitches.
I was a Boy Scout, so always got to come prepared.
There you go. Another miss. That one gets away from Thompson. Stops it from going any further off the lucky bounce. So the catcher, Jackson Duncan, stepping in. He's 0 for 1. ZT Southeast, 6 runs on 10 hits. Factory Select, 5 runs on 7 hits. Factory Select has another game after this. They play Complete Sandy Plains at noon. That's the same team that ZT Southeast beat 14-0.
Wow.
So are they? Is it completely Sandy Springs that this is a team of, or are they? I want to know what the complete is.
I don't know.
Like, is it are they only people in Sandy Springs? Like, we are completely people from Sandy Springs. We are complete. This team is complete Sandy Springs. Or is complete like a...
Is Sandy Springs complete? Like, is it
or is complete a training facility, and this is the Sandy Springs location of complete?
I don't know.
These are deep thoughts that you have when you start looking at travel team lineups and rosters.
Now, I'm going to be curious right here because they had from my looks, that looks like a player, and he just came out and just did a talk. I don't know if they're going to charge them for a
they will.
Coaching
they will.
They will?
Yeah.
And not a player.
Yeah, it still counts.
Yeah.
It's like sending a pitching coach out, and then if the head coach goes out, it's the end of things. Back-to-back walks. I think he's saying that's only 3, buddy. He had us all fooled. 3-0 count here to Duncan. I think he thought it was ball 4. Yeah, everyone's trying to are we sure? Yep. Okay, dig back in. Kaysen Mann has yet to throw a strike. Doesn't get it there either. Gets away from his catcher Thompson. Runner is not gonna. He is gonna hold it second. Runs the bag, comes back. Runners now at first and second off of back-to-back walks issued by Kaysen Mann. Charlie Williams steps in, Mount Perrin 20-30. He's 1 for 2. So this explosive ZT Southeast lineup being given some gifts here by Kaysen Mann to start off the 4th. Yet to throw a strike here through 2 batters. Now he gets it right down the middle, 78.8. Man, maybe he found it there. We'll see if he can build off that first pitch strike here to Charlie Williams. He fouls that one off. And maybe that was the only rain we'll have.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like it's largely stopped. We see a couple umbrellas out.
It's still sprinkling
here.
Slightly. Wow, that was.
Ooh, just misses.
That was nasty.
Yeah,
though.
great pitch there from Kaysen Mann, and feels like he should have had that one. Runners at first and second. Goes right back to it. Now he's got himself a punch out. What a response there from Kaysen Mann. Walks the first 2 batters, has yet to throw a strike. Finally regroups a little bit in that AB and gets himself a punch out. So Morgan goes down on strikes. Ooh, just misses hitting the batter, and that one had to scare him a little bit. That one was up and in.
You know, we've done so many games so far this year already.
That was Charlie Williams down on strike. Werner Shoemake now is into hit.
Okay.
Because he took over on the mound for Morgan, so he took his place back in the lineup as well as on the mound.
Okay. But we've done so many games so far this year, and especially in the high school games, I feel like I've seen a huge increase in the amount of base runners that aren't staying in line, but moving back and forth in the actual in the runner's line, right? That's what that's called between bases. It's the
runner's lane.
Yeah, the runner's lane. So I feel like there's been a huge increase in the amount of guys that are moving back and forth to try to gain. You know, when you're trying to go, if it's a double and you can go from second home, if you're back, you can use it as a way to round better.
Yep.
But I mean, I don't know if that's just a high school thing, or I mean, I've seen Shohei Ohtani do it before, but I don't know if that just hasn't really clicked that well in the youth side, or if they just are like, hey, there's already so much you're learning right now. Maybe don't try this.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to win ball games, and you still got to figure out how to play the game on a actual
big boy field.
Yeah.
Man misses. Counts now 2-2 here to Shoemake. I think what we've seen from Mann is he's starting to get a real good feel for that curveball. Being able to get some swing and miss on that pitch. Hasn't quite had the same location on his fastball. Misses and issues a walk there to Shoemake, so the bases will now be loaded, 1 out. And we saw it in that AB with Charlie Williams. When that pitch is working and he can kind of build off of it, that curveball, we've seen the effectiveness of it. But when that's the only thing he can locate for a strike, it kind of complicates things, which we saw play itself out in that walk to Shoemake. Goes fastball here to Sanders. Sanders is 1 for 2. Bases are loaded, 1 out off the strikeout. And misses low. Count will be even. Swing, miss, brings it to his knee off that curveball. Count 1-2. Big at bat here for both sides. ZT Southeast looking to respond after this turned into a one-run game. Factory Select trying to hold up their offense. Gets the punch out. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Case and Man. Finding it a little bit here. Well, he had a strikeout, walk, strikeout. So he's got himself 2 Ks here. He's walked 3 batters. No one's put a ball in play yet. Savoy Pichal's turn. He's 0 for 1. Misses on that curveball. Another miss. Thompson stops it from going any further. Jackson Jasunas waiting in the on-deck circle. Don't think that's a guy you want coming up with the bases loaded. Counts now 2-0. Make it 3-0. There is nowhere to put Savoy Pichal. It's been all or nothing so far here for Case and Man. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. There's a strike, makes it 2-1. Excuse me, counts 3-1. Scoreboard's wrong. Another walk, so 4 walks, and run scores here for ZT Southeast makes it 7-5. So 4 walks and 2 strikeouts here at the inning. A ball has yet to be put in play since the pitching changed to Man. Jackson Jasunas is 1 for 1. Bases are loaded. Another miss. See if he goes back to that curveball here. It seems to have been almost his reset pitch. When he's able to go to that, he gets the feel for it, drops it in. He's had a little more effectiveness working off of it as opposed to trying to work off the fastball. He goes back to it there, and he gets it in for a strike. Something to build on. Count now 1-1. Now here's the question, though. Can he locate a fastball for a strike? He goes back to the secondary. Counts now 1-2. Jasunas, can't believe he swung right through that one. Can he get out of this jam? He's walked 4 batters, allowed 1 run to cross, got a 1-2 count to Jasunas, goes right back to it, gets a punch out. 3 strikeouts for Kason Manis. Wow. He did issue the walk, but man, way to work out of a jam. It's a 2-run ball game. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll be back from LakePoint Sports.
First one I picked up, I just liked it the best. And like I said, I tried a lot of different companies, a lot of different models, and I fell in love with Old Hickory for sure.
What a run here for Kason Manis, Jack. For Kason Man, he has a run-scoring triple. Then he gets on the mound. Gets himself 3 strikeouts. He did issue 4 walks and allowed a 7th run to score for ZT Southeast, but that really felt like a huge moment. I mean, Jackson Jasunas is at the plate. You got a big bat, bases are juiced, and he just was able to work that curveball in repeatedly for strikes. Now, I'll say from a developmental side, I think you want to see Man be able to locate that fastball because I think that's what's going to be, at this point, the determining factor for how effective that curveball is going to be after a team gets a few looks at him. But, man, I thought that was a really great job of him being able to come in and kind of find himself because he issues back 2 walks to start the inning. Then he gets a strikeout. Then he gets a walk. Then he gets a strikeout. Then he gets a walk. Then he gets a strikeout.
Yeah.
It was like just this repeated thing of him trying to find himself. So maybe when he comes back out the next inning, he can start to get a little more feel on the heater, but he just wasn't there. But luckily he was able to work that curveball in enough and keep guys off balance. And he absolutely had his way with Jackson Zasunas in that last AB with the bases loaded. It's a really, really big moment. Werner Shoemake returns on the mound here for ZT Southeast. Factory Select scored 4 runs their last trip to the plate. But ZT Southeast did get the run off the walk in the top half of this inning. It's 7-5. That one is skied. Got Benton Wilson at the plate now for Factory Select. Benton's to be followed by Braden Thompson and Coasas Poole. Scoreboard's not flipped yet. Oh, we are in the bottom of the 4th inning, excuse me.
Feels like we shouldn't be in the bottom of the 7th right now.
Yeah.
You want to talk about how drastic these ZT South pitchers release angles have been? I mean, you've gone from here to here to here, then down low, and now this guy's here. That's like you have to watch almost all over the place to try to figure out where in the world this ball is coming from.
Yeah. Houck to Jasunas for out number 1, so a ground out there from Benton Wilson. Bring up Braden Thompson, the catcher. Thompson's 0 for 1. Thompson done a nice job behind the plate. He's had a few wild pitches to deal with, but by and large, been a wall back there. It's in for a strike. Thompson, John Millage Academy, 2029, playing in his 6th prep baseball event. He's 6'1", 225-pound catcher. He's got an 0-1 count. And nice curveball from Werner Shoemake. Shoemake, the North Hall 2030, in his 2nd inning, taking over for Kaysen Morgan. Replaced him on the mound and in the batting order. Wild pitch makes it 1-2. Rain is continuing a little bit here. Can't lay off the elevated fastball, so Thompson goes down on strikes. Shoemake's got himself out number 2, and that brings up Coasas Poole. Coasas Poole, if you remember during that last inning when we saw Factory Select score 4 runs, it really got started by Coasas Poole, who got himself an infield single. See if he can make some more magic here. Can't lay off that one. Counts 1-2. Swings right through it. 79.4 out of the hands of Shoemake. Ooh, did he go?
No.
He did not go. Coasas Poole lives on in this AB. We've got about 14 minutes of game time remaining. Factory Select, of course, being the home team, will get their say regardless. Regardless of what happens here for ZT Southeast in the top part of the inning. Doesn't get the bite on the outside pitch. Counts now 3-1. If Poole gets on, we'll see Jasper Robinson. Robinson started out on the mound for Factory Select. There's the 3-1 from Shoemake. Cannot lay off. Man, he gets now a 3-2 count. We saw the last AB from Braden Thompson end on that elevated fastball. Here comes the payoff pitch from Shoemake. Right down the middle. Almost. A little left of middle. Left of center there, we'll say, for Werner Shoemake. And nice take there from Coasis Pool. He's now standing at first. Brings up Robinson. Poole can move. We saw him get 2 stolen bases. Now he's standing at second base. So this is exactly what happened the last time Coasis Poole was at first. We had an errant throw over to first base, and he wound up at second.
Getting deja vu.
Then he stole third. Now here he is at second again. Every run matters at this point for Factory Select, and I know that sounds cliche to say, but the explosiveness of this ZT Southeast lineup, you got to piece together what you can. If they can make this a one-run game going into the 5th and knowing they're going to get another AB, they certainly feel a lot better about it. Do not want to strand that base runner standing at second base in former Coasis Pool. Jasper Robinson again at the plate, 1-0 count.
Yeah, if anything, if you're Factory Select, you genuinely cannot strand any runners right here. You have to try to find a way to get this runner to go from second home in any way possible.
You've not kept ZT Southeast off the board in any inning to this point.
No.
So you've got to respond. You've got to find some way to get that runner across. And you got to get a crooked number each and every inning at this point.
Yep. I mean, Factory Select has 1 scoreless inning as well. So, I mean, we've seen runs in almost every half of an inning except for 1.
The throwback, and that one gets away. It's on its way into center field. Poole is staying put, though.
It's probably a good decision. You don't want to.
Yeah, he can move, but as we do know, things get a little slick on these bags, and they can be hard to hold on to. It's been a little bit of a rain, not a lot, but it's been steady enough where you feel like those bases are probably a little damp at this point. Could change the base running a little bit. 3-1 count. That's going to get away. 3-1 now. Okay, excuse me. I'm sorry. Our scoreboard, for those who not in the know, our scoreboard is about 5 seconds ahead. So count is 3-1 here now to Robinson. Got Poole at second. 2 outs in the inning. And that's an inside strike. Count now going to be full. Back-to-back full counts here. Werner Shoemake on the 3-2. He misses. Robinson walks. So now runners at first and second. Last batter in the order now, Jace Blackston, 0 for 1. How aggressive do you get on the base pass right now if you're Factory Select? Is there a chance we see a double steal?
I don't think so, because
you want to try.
He's got the arm to pick you off.
Well, you got to try. At this point, all you're really trying to do is get to the top of the order. Certainly, if you can get Jace Blackston to come through and get that, and get both these runs across the plate, you are more than willing to take it. But I think, by and large, you're trying to flip this order around. You got Bell at the top, who's got himself a double. Counts 0-1 here to Blackston. Make it 0-2. Tough spot now for last batter in the order for Factory Select. 2 on, 2 outs, 0-2 count. Good thing for Factory Select is they at least will get the top of the order to start the 5th. Miss high.
Hat falls off.
Yeah. Which will give us Hayden Bell, Grayson Green, and Kason Mann. Two of those 3 guys had extra base hits during the 3rd. So 1-2 to Blackston. Swings through it. 2 stranded by Factory Select. Nice job by Werner Shoemake getting out of some trouble. ZT Southeast clinging to a 2-run lead when we come back for the 5th inning. You're watching the Prep Baseball Open, part of the Public Legends of the Spring Weekend.
Backed by over 100 years of engine design and manufacturing and a highly skilled dealer network. Yanmar. Yanmar Tractors. Quality. Hardworking. Reliability. Leave no job unfinished. Yanmar. Visit us at www.yanmartractor.com or see your local dealer for details.
Welcome back, and big response. After big response, we saw Kason Mann come through in his trip to the first half an inning on the mound here, and he's able to get himself out of some trouble with 3 strikeouts despite 4 walks, walking in a run. And then Warner Shoemake does his thing, and Factory Select strands 2 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Things getting really tight here late in this ball game. Game that's really turns on its head. I think if you looked at this through 2.5 innings, and we've got a 6-1 lead for ZT Southeast. It looks like a team that scored 14 runs is going to run away with another one. But ZT has had their hands full. It's Factory Select fought their way back and turned this into a 1-run game. It's now a 2-run deficit. We'll see Tatum Houck, last batter in the order here for ZT, and then we're back to Colin Berry. Colin Berry's been up 3 times and seen 3 pitches.
Wow.
So fingers crossed he
sees a
sees a second.
Wow.
There's that curveball. So he starts off. This is what I anticipated. He was so effective with the curveball. I think we're going to see him work more off of that as opposed to working off of the fastball.
Well, if he can try to get his fastball elevated, wow.
But if guys aren't going to swing at that pitch, throw it till somebody can. They've not put a ball in play against him.
Yeah.
I mean, he saw 7 batters in that first inning.
And he walked 4 and struck out 3.
Yeah. No one's put a ball in play.
Yeah. I think, though, if you can try to tunnel his fastball and make it where his fastball stays straight and his curveball just drops, that's going to be really effective.
Well, that's the real trick, right?
Yeah.
One gets away, hits off the glove of Thompson. Counts 2-2.
I think he tries to, and it's just because he's so used. I think he's so used to the curve working right now. He's under. This is going to sound weird, but under jerking his right arm to try to, when you think curveball, it goes here.
Yeah, Mann gloves that, flips it to first base. Hill makes the catch, out number 1.
Well, we've now seen a ball in play.
Yeah, so the first ball in play
goes right back.
Comebacker to Mann, and he gets out number 1. So now here comes Colin Berry, junior future gamer for this upcoming July for the state of Georgia.
Which that's crazy. Already having that locked in.
Yeah,
the thing you're going to do at the end of the summer. 2
players on the ZT Southeast roster. The other one, Luke Roffles, isn't actually here right now, but Luke is also locked in for future games. Luke, Mount Perrin 2030. So maybe we'll see Luke as the weekend progresses, or as ZT Southeast shows up at future events this spring and into the summer. But Colin Berry, Blessed Trinity 2031, playing his 7th prep baseball event. He's 2 for 3. It's the first time he's seen more than 1 pitch in an AB. It's a jump out of the way of that offering from Mann. It's like the rain may have stopped. We're about 45 minutes here from our grill and tailgate showcase presented by Publix. I saw Chef Dorian Hunter milling around. Berry ropes the 2-1. That's on its way into center field. Is that going to drop? Center fielder makes an absolutely fantastic grab for the out. Man, some serious glove work by Caden Stanley in center field. He moved over from first base where he started out this game and just made an unbelievable catch in center field, diving forward and robs Colin Berry of what potentially could have been extra bases if that gets away from him on the attempted dive. So now 2 outs, and the defense stepping up big time here for Mann. Well, he helped himself out on one of those, but the defense coming up big for Factory Select here. Now 2 down, and Nolan Shue's turn. He's at 1 for 3. This game will wrap up here in the bottom of the 5th inning when we see Factory Select, and we'll see Hayden Bell, Grayson Green, and Kason Mann all due up for Factory Select here in the bottom of this inning. Warner Shoemake come in relief from 2 innings thus far for ZT Southeast. We'll see if he continues, throws a third if they go elsewhere, try to wrap up a win. In pool play, it is win, lose, or draw, so could get out of here with a tie. And there's a 2-out walk, so the 5th walk issued by Mann. It's Andrew Davis again. Andrew's 2 for 2. North Gwinnett 20-30. Back to the curveball, misses low.
He really wanted to swing at that pitch.
You know, I think if you're these Factory Select guys, at some point you're gonna be like, I'm the one that's gonna crack the code here. I'm the one that's gonna put a charge into one of these. If he's gonna keep throwing them, eventually one of us is gonna connect, and nobody at this point has really been able to really tag one of these.
Well, I mean, it's not like it ends in the zone. It ends so low. Wow.
There you go. Finally dots a fastball.
But it ends in the lower than the zone. So in order to really smack one, you have to step
back
so far.
Yeah, they got to sit back on it.
Well, no, you have to be in front of it.
1-1 gets away from Thompson. Runner will move to second. So Nolan Shue advances 90 feet. Now 2-1 here to Davis. He drives a curveball foul. That one I don't think dropped quite the way Mann wanted it to. Counts even. We're all timed out on the clock, so again, the bottom of the 5th will be it for this ball game. Seven runs on 10 hits for ZT Southeast, and it's really been shared throughout. Davis at the plate now, the only player with 2 hits. But Morgan, who was the starting pitcher, the only one with the extra base hit.
Wow.
But they've taken advantage of 8 walks. Duncan was walked twice. Savoy Paschal was walked twice. Also had a hit by pitch, Jackson Jasunas. So you take 10 hits and add 8 walks to it. That's a whole lot of traffic on the base pass. Inning-ending strikeout as Mann gets Davis, and whew, man, 4 strikeouts for Mann. And when he's been on, he has been a lot of fun to watch. All right, we're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be Bell, Green, and Mann due for Factory Select when we come back.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Welcome back, Cory McCartney. Jack McCartney with you. Warner Shoemake will be on the mound for his third inning of relief here for ZT Southeast. See if he can shut it down and get them out of here with the victory. They'll have to deal with Hayden Bell, Grayson Green, and Kason Mann for Factory Select. The base runner stranded in that fourth inning for Factory Select. They stranded 2. Really looming large right now. See if they can get anybody on the base pass here to start off the 5th inning. They needed one of those. Obviously, 2 would have been great, but to have a 1-run ball game going into their last AB would have been a lot more manageable. They've got some work to do. They have responded nicely, though, after trailing 6-1. Hayden Bell at the plate is 1 for 2. Does have himself a double. One of 3 Factory Select players with extra base hits. Kason Mann has a triple, and Regal Michael Hill's also got a double. Mann, by the way, 2 for 2, and he's got 4 strikeouts. Fouls that one, counts 1-2. Factory Select absolutely needs Bell to reach somehow, some way. Give those bats behind him a chance to move the chain along. Holds off, count will be even. Green due up next is 1 for 2 with an RBI, and then Mann, as I mentioned, 2 for 2 with an RBI. Count's now full. Payoff pitch from Shoemake. Misses inside. Bell reaches. Tying run stepping up in the form now of Grayson Green. Things going to get very interesting here in our last at-bat in this matchup. Again, this will end regardless. It's going to either be win, lose, or draw. Grayson Green steps in, 1 for 2. With Jones County 2029. Bell taking off for second. The throw is going to be late. What a jump. He almost like put him to sleep. Like they threw over to first base, and then he had barely turned his attention back to the action behind the plate, waiting for the umpire to give the call to throw, and Bell had taken off. I don't think Shoemake really understood what was going on until Bell was about 10 feet away from second. Could not get that ball there in time, and so Bell now standing at second base. Great heads-up base running there from Hayden Bell. ZT Southeast now, though, got to deal with the batter. Put that behind him. Try to focus on getting outs. First pitch to Green. That one sent back foul. Kason Mann in the on-deck circle. The 1-0 to Green. Drops that in for a strike. Maybe the best curveball we've seen from Shoemake. Excuse me, counts now 0-2.
And
And
I call.
Did we call him for a balk, or we just gave the batter time?
I was wondering that too because it looked like he pointed.
Yeah.
He was pointing just batter.
Giving the batter timeout. Saw the catcher set, and that almost played to Green's benefit, right? Like the catcher set up outside.
Mm-hmm.
He stayed in that same spot.
Yeah, he knew.
At that point, he knew. Yeah. Counts 1-2.
Wow.
Ooh, cannot lay off that inside fastball. So Green goes down on strikes. Now 1 down. That'll bring up Case and Mann. Still got a runner at second in form of Hayden Bell.
Well, and that was a great job by that catcher because he put himself outside, but the pitch was inside. The catcher did a great job of snagging it and making sure he didn't go back and hit the back part of the field. But also, I mean, that was just amazing because the batter positioned himself, okay, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to try to drive this one into right field so I can advance this runner. But it ended up being inside, and I mean, that was just an amazing
couldn't lay off,
the catcher and the pitcher right there.
So Case and Mann, 2 for 2. Got an RBI triple. 1-0 count here. Runner at second. Drops that in for a strike. Oh, got him in the rundown. The worst thing that could have happened right now for Factory Select. Bell trying to make his way back, and they got him. He took advantage of maybe a little bit of lapse in attention by ZT Southeast in getting himself to second. They were ready for his antics that time. Had him in a rundown, a very crucial second out now for ZT Southeast. And that certainly limits what Case and Mann can do here at the plate. Counts 1-1. Misses outside. If Mann gets on, it's Regan Michael Hill. So not a lot of room for error here for ZT Southeast, and that one is rocket, 86.4 off his bat, but it goes foul. Counts even at 2-2. Nobody on, 2 down. Man lays off, counts full. Again, if he gets on, it's Riga Michael Hill. Another big bat looming for Factory Select. Can they cling on to the last hopes here? Comes the payoff pitch. Hard hit ball, 92.1 off the bat of Mann. He's got 3 hits, so that one is on its way into right field. And you got to think, if he hadn't gotten caught, if Bell doesn't get caught between second and third, quite possibly, he's crossing the plate, and we've got a 7-6 ball game.
You know, where it's so one out, and you got a runner on the corners.
Yep.
I mean, either way, it's a great position for Factory Select to be in.
That's going to be it for Winter Shoemake with big Regan Michael Hill looming. They're going to make a pitching change. We're going to take a quick break in studio here as we bring you the completion of this one and discuss the new arm stepping in with 1 on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning for ZT Southeast. We'll be back with more from LakePoint.
Backed by over 100 years of engine design and manufacturing and a highly skilled dealer network. Yanmar. Yanmar Tractors. Quality. Hardworking. Reliability. Leave no job unfinished. Yanmar. Visit us at www.yanmartractor.com. or see your local dealer for details.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. Fuel up with free hot breakfast, all while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. Guest how you guessed at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Welcome back. Cory McCartney, Jack McCartney with you. We are down to the last out here for Factory Select, but ZT Southeast putting nothing to chance with big Regan Michael Hill, who's already had an RBI double in this one. So we got a pitching change for ZT Southeast as they now put Andrew Davis on the mound. Davis, North Gwinnett 2030. We've seen him deliver 2 hits. He's got a fastball around 81, changeup that's 65 to 71, and a slider 66 to 71. He's got his hands full now, tying run at the plate in the form of Regan Michael Hill, who we know can absolutely put a charge into a baseball. Inside curveball, drops that in for strike one. Comes the 0-1 to Hill. Dribbler right back to the pitcher. Davis flips it to Jasunas. They got a diving Hill at the plate. There's the X from the field ump, and this one is ball game. ZT Southeast holds on. They are 7-5 winners over a Factory Select team that mounted a serious charge at the end of this ball game. And Jack, we talked about it a few times, but I think you could have watched this unfold and watch ZT Southeast pile up 14 runs in that first inning and think, yeah, this is the beginning of an avalanche.
Mm-hmm.
But they played really well. They get out of here with a 7-5 win, end up getting 10 hits in all. Andrew Davis leading the way there with 2 hits. They also had Cason Morgan, who was the starting pitcher for them, had himself 4 strikeouts, also had 2 hits, had a hit, double, RBI, 2 RBIs.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, I just think I was really impressed with the way Factory Select bounced back and said, we're not done.
Yeah, I mean, again, they watched ZT Southeast run rule the team before them. Then they started to see it kind of unfold. They had that goldfish mentality I always talk about. They didn't let the past impact their future, and they decided, this is our ball game. We're going to try to win this. Unfortunately, it didn't end up working out for them at the end of the game, but they did a great job of coming back and generating hits and finding ways to try to scrimmage in some runs.
Yeah, well-fought ball game by both sides there, but this one belongs to ZT Southeast. Cling on to a 7-5 victory. So let's turn our attention to player of the game in this one. It's not often that we end up looking towards a losing effort for a player of the game, Jack, but I'm hard-pressed to not understand why we wouldn't want to give this thing to Cason Mann. I thought he was extremely impressive. He goes 3 for 3, had that RBI triple that he hit almost all the way to the wall, maybe could have turned that into an inside-the-park home run. Comes in on the mound, gives himself 4 strikeouts, had a fantastic-looking secondary pitch. So when he would locate that thing and build a fastball off of that was really hard to top. In my mind, Mann, the easy pick for player of the game in this one.
Yeah, as you said, he went 3 for 3, had an RBI, had 4 strikeouts on the mound. He had at one time faced 7 batters, walked 4 of them, struck out 3 of them.
Yeah, the batters, the walks were really the only thing that held him back at all on the mound. He struggled to find the fastball early, and once he started working in that curveball and could kind of locate that where he wanted to, and work the fastball off of it, he just was really tough to deal with.
Yeah, and that curveball was amazing. Yeah. He was doing such a great job of letting it break and trying to have it fall in the under part of the zone, and just absolutely amazing pitching and amazing batting as well from him, and just all around looked like such an amazing player today.
Yeah, had a great game, and he is our player of the game. So make sure you check out the interview that we'll have with him, available on all of the LakePoint Sports social media platforms. So make sure you find that, and you can see our interview with Case and Man. This one, again, belongs to ZT Southeast. Pool play continues throughout the day today. The start of bracket play will be at 6 p.m. The top 10 teams will advance. It all leads to Sunday's championship game, scheduled for 6 p.m. If you can't make it out to the Baseball Village, you can find all the games live or on demand with LakePoint Live, powered by Aware TV and Pixelot. Again, this is the Champions Weekend, the Publix Legends of the Spring Weekend here across campus. We've got the Prep Baseball Open. We've got Prep Red Zone 7v7, Nike EYBL, USVA Volleyball, beach volleyball going on. So much happening here at campus. If you can get out, you will enjoy yourself. So much happening, and we are 20 minutes away, by the way, from the Grill and Tailgate Showcase presented by Publix. Chef Dorian Hunter doing her thing on the grill, so you will absolutely want to check this out. So until next time, for Avery Hunt and Jack McCartney and producer Maddie Bullock, I'm Cory McCartney. We're signing off from LakePoint Sports.